schmuck.
Finally.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry I'm running a few minutes behind.
It's nighttime.
Late, but, it's good to see your faces. So 4 hours ago, I'm on the beach in Cancun. Then my buddy Jose calls me. He says he's got salmonella or something, and he needs me to fill in for him at this administrative law convention for these attorneys who are really bad at their jobs. So I said, what the heck, it's my buddy Jose. We go way back. I'll fill in for the guy. Plus, I work at the state capitol in Tallahassee, Florida, so I've got some experience. So here we are. Anyways, it's great to see you guys this afternoon, or this evening, I guess. Why don't we start by going around the room and introducing ourselves. My name's Theodore Lawyerstein. My background is in political science and economics, and I've been practicing governmental and administrative law here at the Florida State Capitol for about 20 years now. Go ahead.
I'm Jack Jackson III, named after my father, my grandfather, Jack Jackson, first and second. I'm the youngest general counsel of the state of New York. Who do you think decided that 72 degrees was room temperature? Administrative attorneys, that's who. And a lot of people say that administrative attorneys are pencil pushers, but I'll have you know we're actually pencil shorteners. My father in Ticonderoga versus the people of Wisconsin fought to make pencils shorter because they used to jab people in the eye. That was thanks to administrative work.
Oh, hi, I'm Michael Greenspan. I work for the EPA. I do absolutely nothing. I actually don't do anything. That's the truth. Ever since Trump took office, I've had absolutely no work in coming up with new regulations or anything. In fact, we've deleted more regulations. I mean, we have so little work. We have a weekly bonfire where we just burn all our resources on climate change, wilderness, that kind of stuff. It's a really chill environment to work in, not gonna lie. You just sit there on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. I've never been asked to actually do or research anything.
The name's Daquan Richardson. I work at the White House. Let me repeat that. The White House. And I probably work for one of the greatest presidents in the world. Yeah, and I work extremely hard. And I've been working extremely hard since I was born. And that's why I'm working at the White House. Yes, people, the White House.
Hey, it's really nice to meet you guys. My name is John Johnsonson, and I'm from the Federal Reserve. Administrative lawyers tend to overlook the importance of financial regulation. I've brought up that I work at the Federal Reserve multiple times in here, and I don't think that anyone cares. Watch this. Hey, would anyone like to discuss the macroeconomic impacts if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates?
Anyways,
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like no one wants to talk about stuff that impacts everyone's lives. So, whatever.
well, it's great to meet all of you. I already introduced myself. I'm Mr. Lawyerstein again. And I think we all know why we're all here. Your bosses gave me your performance reports, and they weren't too good. So I'm here today to teach you guys how to do better with administrative law.
Excuse me. My performance report wasn't good.
Yes, it was actually the worst I've ever seen.
My
makes sense
performance.
Yeah, that's correct.
The White House performance was the worst you've ever
Yeah, that's correct. If we could just move things along.
The guy who was teaching is an idiot.
I've created this, actually my secretary created this PowerPoint for us.
And my performance is bad, and your secretary is creating PowerPoints for me.
Anyways, I did not make that PowerPoint. My secretary didn't make it, Jose didn't make it. I found it on Google. A Harvard student made it, or something like that. So I have no idea what I'm in for. Neither do they. Administrative law. What is it?
He's a complete buffoon.
Here's a quick definition of administrative law. An administrative agency is a governmental authority other than a court and other than a legislative body that affects the blah, 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 rulemaking, investigating, prosecuting, blah, blah, blah. What does Kenneth Davis know? Can anyone give this to us in layman's terms? Yes.
The White House can. and it's straight like this. So, essentially, it's an independent agency separate from the actual government, almost like the fourth branch of government, if you would say, that helps to regulate a lot of the legislation that's passed from the legislative branch. So the legislative branch may pass something on trees, and so to come to the president, he'll sign it off, he'll send it to me. I'll look at it, I'll read through it, I'll say, okay, so which agency does it need to go through? And then I'll go to the respective head of the agency and we'll discuss possible regulations and possible fine-tuning of the legislation to present the actual rules.
Wow, for the worst employee at the White House, that was a great answer. Who does this White House guy think he is? I work in the White House.
On a regular day, as I stated before, on a regular day, legislation will come, Trump may sign it, he may send it down. But if he signs it, he sends it to my office. I look over it. I look at the schematics of it, look at what it's talking about. Then I figure out what federal agency or independent agency it might need to go to. See, the problem is, with these independent agencies, we as the White House can't control anything they do once we give it to them. So if they decide they want to, for instance, go off the wall and make their regulations too strict, the only people that can actually overturn that is Congress. And since President Trump doesn't have the greatest reputation within Congress, that's a little difficult. So normally I try to find a federal agency which we can control, send it to them, and they have to do what we tell them to do.
Birth of administrative law. Now, does anyone know where administrative law comes from? It actually began about a century ago, so that's 100 years, and it expanded greatly during the Harambe incident on May 28th, 2016. Do we all remember this? Yes.
Did you pass high school history class? Question.
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, administrative law expanded under FDR, New Deal. Harambe is a meme from 2016. Even I knew that, and I work at the EPA.
Long live Harambe, don't disrespect my dog. The EPA has the audacity to even talk to me. You've been out of a job since November.
I was totally unprepared for the Harambe thing. I thought it said a Harvard student made that PowerPoint. We've got types of administrative actions such as get me coffee, I told you to do it, or my personal favorite, staple this.
Trump does, I told you to do it. I love it. I told you to do it.
No. What? These are supposed to be the actions? No. There are 5 big ones. So there are rules and regulations, there are licenses, orders, advisory opinions, and the most important one, decisions. You're supposed to be teaching us this. Come on.
Maybe you haven't heard of the administrative action to shut up.
I actually come from a very long line of administrative attorneys. My father, Jackson Jacksonson II, was an administrative attorney, and his father, Jackson Jacksonson I, was an administrative attorney. In fact, the work that I do is very regulatory. Look at the state of New York. Don't you remember when we made cups? We limited the size of cups? That was me. Yeah, you're welcome.
New York? Oh, I run the state of New York? Come on. You do nothing. You sit on your behind and you allow rats the size of people to run New York. Don't talk to me about you running New York. There are turtles in your sewers.
Next, we've got an example of an administrative law case. Panama Refining Company versus Ryan, also known as the Nana Nana Boo Boo case.
Hey, wait. I understand that I work in an agency that deals with interest rates and employment, but that's not what the case is called. It's actually called the hot oil case.
Okay, well, in the hot oil case, or the Nana Nana Boo Boo case, this is when the court actually invalidated the agency's enabling acts because, quote, Congress had declared no policy has established no standard, has laid down no rule.
And the Federal Reserve, I'll have them fired tomorrow if I feel like it. Like, come on. Hey, camera, I'm over here. Yes, this face.
I don't know what that means, but it ended up leading
This
to
guy is a joke.
legislation requiring that all federal agency regulations be published. This is pivotal in administrative law. So after the Nana Nana Boo Boo case, hot oil case, some of the resulting legislation was the Federal Register Act, which said any regulation
He's
with
actually getting this right.
general applicability and legal effect must be published in the Federal Register.
I'm proud of you. I really am. Go on, go on.
It's published every business day, and in chronological order, it contains every single regulation and corresponding amendments issued by federal agencies.
It goes down from here, doesn't it? I'm afraid it's going to.
It all goes down from here. Who the heck does this Jacksonson guy think he is? Next, we've got electronic access to regulations. So you can use websites like Lexis, Westlaw, Lois Law, this website on the internet, gpoaccess.gov, individual agency websites, AOL, Wikipedia, Bing, which I'm legally required to say under a recent contractual obligation.
Hey, Wikipedia is Trump's favorite.
True that.
So me and Trump had coffee the other day, right? And it was this funny story. So we were sitting there, we were having coffee, and we were just discussing where we're actually going to take the country. Well, where he's going to take the country, as I normally just get his coffee or take papers to agencies. I don't know. But what needs to be understood is that I hold a very important position. And hey, I'm over here. Yeah, there we go. See, I'm the center of attention here. None of these people have a job more important than mine. That's what needs to be understood. I am the most important person in this room. Well, in that room.
So with these websites, you can view all kinds of different case law and things that affect administrative law and governmental law affects. The end. Maybe a slow clap. I know Jose is my bud and all, but I don't know why I said yes to this with these people. Does anybody have any questions about the presentation?
Yeah, I do.
Mr. Whitehouse.
Yeah. So the White House wants to know how much do you get paid to do this?
More than you. Any other questions? Any questions about administrative law? Anybody? Anyone?